Hi, Shihan Steve of KMMA here. And all this month in the dojo, we've been teaching about respect. In week one, I taught that respect begins at home, and we talked about children showing respect to their parents and their siblings, and even us showing respect to our children as well. The second week, we talked about respecting oneself, and that we shouldn't talk about ourselves or treat ourselves in such a way that we wouldn't accept from somebody else. And this week, I want to talk about respecting the process. I want to talk specifically about the law of the process as relates to creating respect and about respecting the process itself. And here's what I mean. In the dojo, we will very, very often, when a young child or even an older child joins our program, we'll be teaching them about the magical language of respect. And we call the language of respect magical because when you give somebody respect, you get respect. So the point is that we will have to remind the child again and again and again. So the child will say, yeah, and I'll just go like this, and he'll say, yes, sir, he'll remember. And I'll praise him for using the magical language of respect. I will remind the child, and perhaps I'm also reminding the parent in front of the child, when I say, now, sir, I'm going to have to remind you hundreds of times on your way to your black belt, perhaps, to use that magical language of respect and say, yes, sir, no, sir. And yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Just in the same way that I'll have to remind you hundreds of times to keep your hands up to protect your face. But you see, when we, as teachers, remind our students to use the magical language of respect or to keep their hands up long enough, these things can become a habit. And that's really what the law of the process is all about. It's about the fact that excellence happens daily, but not in a day. But sometimes as parents, as students, as teachers, whatever role we happen to be playing at that moment in time, we can get impatient with others or impatient with ourselves and expect them to keep their hands up or to remember to use the language of respect quickly. And sometimes it may take some time and it may take some effort. So my call out in today's lesson is to respect the process, to understand that it's going to take time and that it's our job to keep doing our part to empower the process so that our children can learn about respect. And we empower this process, of course, by reminding them maybe with affirmations, by reminding them with lessons, by reminding them in things like using the magical language of respect, and more than anything, through example, by the way we behave when we have to make correction, by the way we behave when we have to have an uncomfortable but critical conversation. Hopefully we can do this in a way that communicates the intensity, communicates the lesson, communicates whatever it is that we're trying to get through to our children, but does so in a way that communicates the magical language of respect, and that we not only love them, but we respect them as well. Thanks for listening. Let me know what you think.